Well, the number of people dying as a result of bicycle accidents is going down in the state, but New Mexico still tops the national average.
In fact, one group tried to get the roundhouse passed tougher penalties for drivers who hit bike riders, even kill them, but legislators shot that plan down earlier this year. However, they did pass a plan for a committee to look at making lifelong driver education classes and look in laws at other states so they can try to teach drivers here to be a little bit safer. Those meetings start later this month. One teenager is in an awful lot of trouble this morning after what police call a horrific drunk driving crash kills two young ladies. Kayla Martinez and Alejandra Sanchez died this weekend when the car they were in flipped over on I-25 near Las Vegas. They were just 14 and 12 years old. Police say a total of 8 people were in this Infiniti, and all of them were thrown out of it. 2 teens are still in the hospital, and the driver, Wayne Lovato, is behind bars at the Juvenile Detention Center right now. He's just 17 years old, and police say he was drunk when he got into that crash. Now, his friends who survived have a message for everyone else.
Don't go with a drunk driver. It's a big risk. I mean, you may think it's fun, but in all reality, you don't know what could happen.
Nobody wanted this to happen. They were both two amazing girls.
Police are still trying to figure out how Wayne Lovato got the alcohol in the first place. He's now facing 2 counts of vehicular homicide, reckless driving, and DWI charges. Well, road rage and alcohol are what police say are to blame for a deadly pileup on I-40 this weekend. The crash happened just after 3 yesterday afternoon, a few miles west of Grants. Officers say 2 cars going east. Drivers got into some road rage, so one sped up to try to get away, but the other driver then rammed his car, lost control, hit a 3rd car head on, and died. Now, police say that driver was drunk. A semi was also involved in this crash, and a number of other people involved in it also went to the hospital.
A man is arrested after police say he was drunk and had his wife and 7-year-old grandson in the vehicle with him. Edward Montoya faced a judge yesterday. Police say Friday night Montoya tried to get around police while they had part of University blocked off. Now, cops say Montoya ended up on the sidewalk. Police asked Montoya if he had been drinking. They say he admitted to having 1 beer, but officers say he performed poorly on a field sobriety test and was arrested. Authorities are investigating 2 car fires that forced several people to be evacuated from their homes in the South Valley. The fires started overnight on Friday on 3rd Street near Avenida Cesar Chavez. Albuquerque firefighters moved quickly to evacuate nearby homes while they worked to put out the flames before they could spread. Now, no one was hurt, and there is no word on whether these fires were intentionally set.
Well, the oil and gas industries are booming here in New Mexico, and that's good news for your kids' schools. The state earned more than $44 million from oil and natural gas last month, and some of that goes to public schools, universities, and hospitals. But unfortunately, it may not be enough money to keep UNM's tuition from going up next year.
No, the university is considering increasing it by double digits. The UNM Board of Regents is considering raising tuition by 14% for undergrads who are taking 12 credits hours or less, and 10% for those who take more credit hours. Now, the change would mean students pay for each credit hour they take instead of the current system, which charges a flat fee for 12 credits or more. Some regions are already criticizing the proposal. The increase would fund financial aid and pay raises for faculty and staff.
Well, former governor and presidential candidate Gary Johnson is going to be at UNM tonight, part of his Live Free tour. It's where he's traveling to colleges all across the country. Mr. Johnson is going to talk about why he thinks limited government creates more freedom, and he's going to answer your questions. You can go see him for free at 6 o'clock at the Woodward Hall Auditorium. The doors open at 5:30.
People from Albuquerque's Latino community come together to celebrate the life of civil rights leader Cesar Chavez. Over the weekend, the celebration came in just in time for what could be a big step in immigration reform. You see, this week, as Congress goes back in session, 8 lawmakers are supposed to announce their plan for immigration reform. It's something that was on the minds of many at the celebration over the weekend.
Well, we know that it's being worked on right now in Congress, and one thing we want to say is to everyone that's listening, be sure and pick up the phone and call your congressperson.
Well, the bipartisan plan could change policies in the U.S. The proposal would also tighten border security and crack down on businesses who use undocumented workers, but at the same time make it easier for immigrants to gain citizenship. Local activists say Saturday's celebration of Cesar Chavez's work in the past is also a reminder of what still needs to be done for the future.